Hello, I'm Raph. I'm playing a Warforged Gloomforged named Styx. He is a Paladin and has been recently reawakened and is learning about the world around him with some new friends that he's just met.
Hey everyone, I'm Jared. I'm playing the character of Luther. He's a Dhampir. He is a fighter that specializes in firearms, a bit of an investigator, and I am the great uncle of Grinner.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm playing Tithla, the Goblin Ranger. She is a wonderful hunter and medical genius.
Hi, I'm Haz. I'm playing Theodore, the Satyr Druid, who's a charismatic Druid who's unwillingly taken Tithla under his wing as she's followed him through the forest for the past few months.
Hi, my name is Josh. I am from the RollTogether RPG stream, and I will be playing Killian Maxwell, a half-elf warlock who has come to Barovia. He was with the party previously but has lost them and has joined up with the Tempest Guild on their adventures.
G'day, I'm Tom. I'm playing Jonor, the Aasimar wizard. He is on the pursuit of good and evil, finding out the best and worst in this world, and he's doing that with a little bit of naivety and optimism.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Curse of Strahd campaign. A warning, gentle viewer. Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed Dungeons & Dragons campaign, which means you may hear adult language or adult themes throughout this episode. Hello! Hello! Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Archives. We are playing Curse of Strahd, the premier 5th edition horror Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We are here. We are ready. We are raring to go. We do have 2 apologies for tonight's session. Unfortunately, Raph is unable to make it. He's got some stuff going on that has taken him out for tonight. He won't be able to join us. We also have an apology from Jared that is going to be quite an extended apology. Unfortunately, Jared's work has just changed around his roster in the last couple of days, and he is no longer able to join us on Monday nights for Curse of Strahd. So heading forwards, I'll take over the character of Luther, and we'll find somewhere for Luther to be something for him to do. I'm thinking, from the sounds of it, heading back to the Abbot. We're not going to kill him, Jacob. I'm thinking we'll head him over to the Abbey of St. Markovia, and he can help the Abbot out with his plans. I was actually...
We do a poll for the audience to help determine what Luther does. Give a couple of options.
Spend your channel points for controlling Luther. Do like a Luther.
Give a couple of options of, does Luther go and do this or that? Sorry, I know I'm throwing this at you live.
So do you want me to put up a poll tonight, and then whoever's here can make a...
Or if it's a longer thing, because this is a longer thing, we can work out what his options are. If it's a this or that, let the audience decide, hey, he goes and works on this sort of stuff or goes and works on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you what I'll do is, rather than doing it as a poll tonight, I'll put it up as a poll on YouTube, because that'll be a bit longer, and then I can control how long it's for, and that way everyone can see it, and it's not just locked in for the people who can make it live. I'll chuck it up as a poll on YouTube. I'll put Jared's preferred option, and then everything else I can think of in that moment.
I mean, his preferred option was Crusade.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to use that
holy
word,
bloody war in which all the infidels are crushed beneath his tiny boot. Again,
not
That's
sure. I don't know if I want to use those particular words. I'm looking for another word to describe what he wants to do. There are no other words.
Cleansing.
Also not great. I was thinking maybe like the salvation, but even that's not great. That also comes with some
army.
It's also yeah, who'd want to be associated with them? So we'll have to try and feel like we'll figure something out. But yeah, I will put a poll up on YouTube. We'll have a few different options for what Luther will want to do, and we'll see what wins. I think that's fair enough. And maybe I'll do a check-in every so often, and we'll see what Luther's doing. Jared did say he'll be back for the occasional guest spot to bring Luther in, so that'll be really good. So we can always bring him back in. The other thing I was going to say is that long term, actually, I was looking at changing around some of the days that we do some of the sessions, just because the way my work is set up is changing quite a lot. My partner Alice, her work is changing quite a lot as well, so we're looking at redoing some of the days. Curse of Strahd looks like it's going to stay on a Monday, just because that does work really well for me, but I will check in with all the players. I'm not springing on you a sudden date change tonight. I will check in with all of you, and I'll just see if there's any other days and times that suit, because I will at some point in the next sort of like 3 months or so have to rearrange the days that we do D&D, just so that I can keep them going in a sustainable manner. So I'll let you guys know what that's going to look like, and I'll obviously be talking to the players about that and not springing it on them live as we are about to begin. Like, hey, I'll see you guys next Wednesday at 4 a.m. No, so I'll let you guys know when we know those times.
That works for me.
I thought it might. Yeah, I know. I thought it might. That was the only news I had to share.
I do have a quick question for the group.
Yeah.
So I've just been scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, and I've just seen a cardboard cutout from the hit 2007 film Ghost Rider, Nicolas Cage as Johnny Blaze. Should I get, for $100, a life-size cardboard cutout of Nicolas Cage playing Johnny Blaze from Ghost Rider, the 2007 hit film?
Haggle him to 75.
75? Is that a good deal?
I mean, no, but like...
If I spend $75 on a cardboard cutout and put it in the background here, is that tax deductible?
Given you're not getting paid.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay.
Owen could tax deduct it if Owen bought it for you.
Oh, thanks, Owen. Appreciate it.
I'll just, so you still pay for it. I'll just take the tax cut from it. Yeah, look, I mean, I can think of
178 centimeters, 69 inches. Nice.
I can think of many better ways to spend your money. In fact, the list of ways that you could spend your money worse is a much easier list to come up with.
But it can hang on the wall or stand on its own.
You said it's only 69 centimeters tall?
No, 69
inches.
inches.
178 centimeters.
Okay, yeah, that's
Is that life size? That seems a bit short.
How tall is Nick Cage? Now we're getting into the important things here, guys.
I can just see this becoming a really, really long bit where we'll go a few weeks and Jacob will go, I've got my cardboard cutout and it's just an A4 printout that's just hung in the back.
They still paid 75 for it.
Yeah.
Or he goes and like gets one of the skeletons that you can get from like a science classroom, and he just puts it behind. He goes, well, he's the Ghost Rider, but he hasn't got any of his clothes and he's not on fire. It's just all I could get.
Picks up from Andrew. I think Andrew had one in the background.
Andrew did have one in the background. Yeah, you could borrow Andrew's. Jacob, what'd you find out?
Nick Cage is 183 centimeters, so
Whoa,
it's 5 centimeters short.
Yeah, that's unacceptable. I think you should multiply that by 5, and that's how much money you should ask off the price.
But it is 1 1/3 Danny DeVito's.
That's actually, I was just thinking that'd be at least 2 Danny DeVito's.
Yeah, Danny DeVito, surprisingly tall, 1.47 meters.
That's not that tall.
So, for Danny DeVito, surprisingly
it's
tall.
It's pretty tall, yeah. It's 1 point.
That's a lot of Danny DeVito's.
1.3 Danny DeVito's. I can't help but feel like we've gotten slightly sidetracked. So let's do.
What gives you that impression?
Quick question.
Yeah. Do you have another question? I'm willing to.
That was a quick question. That was.
Oh,
I
okay.
was trying to then help you flow into the next thing, and I did a piss poor job of that, so my bad.
Yeah, that's right. Look, I'm used to it.
All right, quick question.
Let's do our recap. Let's jump in. Unless there are any other fun things to share, I'm really regretting saying those words. So let's just jump in before I give Jacob a chance to update us on anything else.
What should I lowball them at first?
40.
I reckon no, 60.
Just say it's not even life size. The best
yeah, he's 5 centimeters short. Put him in some platform heels, and then I'm interested. No, I think 60. 60 is a very.
There's
fair
clearly a fold on the throat, and there's a fold on the thighs.
Oh, so it's damaged. You could not then it's worth almost nothing. That's not worth the cardboard it's
Condition
on there.
is used fair. Ugh.
What were they using it for, though?
Yeah.
Curling up. Johnny Blaze. You're my main. Is that what you're using it for too, Jacob? You can be honest.
Yeah,
it's a safe
I
space.
imagine whatever they used it for did end up with a burning sensation.
On that note, for the love of God, let's start.
I'm so glad I didn't do it.
Our series has been following the adventures of the Tempest Adventuring Guild, Theo, Luther, Jonor, Grinner, and Tithla. Having become trapped within the realm of Barovia while searching for some missing adventurers, The team have been moving west in hopes of an escape from this dark land. The group recently emerged victorious in their fight against the Blight Druids of Yesterhill. After defeating a strike force of druids and an enormous tree blight sent to capture the Wizard of Wine's vineyard, the team learnt that Davian Martikov and his son Elvir had been taken to the druid ritual grounds. Revealing their actions at the Abbey of St. Markovia, Lara Martikov trusted the party with the secret of the Martikov family, that they are all were-ravens, a lineage passed down since before the mists and darkness had descended on Barovia. Having spent generations gathering intel and looking for allies able to take on Strahd and Sergei, Lara was now at least partly convinced that the party might be the ones they'd been searching for. Fully rested and ready to launch the rescue mission, the team, accompanied by questionable ally Raspip, made their way to Yesterhill and prepared a plan of attack. This plan soon went out the window, however, when Raspip triggered an ambush and in response cast Polymorph to turn himself and Stefania into giant apes. With the main force of druids now focusing on these two 14-foot tall gorillas, the rest of the team snuck around to the hidden entrance below the white tree. A powerful shatter spell from Jonor destroyed the ritual circle, which took out a large number of the Blight Druid forces, while Raspip cleaned up the remainder. As the team made their way below, they bumped into another off-worlder, a scout with animalistic traits called Sen. With the common purpose of taking out the druids, the team agreed to a loose alliance, before heading below into the dark recesses of the cavern, formed by tree roots. This enormous bone-white tree was revealed to be a Golthias tree, a necromantically infused plant, which was the source of both the druids' magic and the blights they controlled. The team launched into combat, Theo and Jonor unleashing fire magic, Styx heading straight into melee combat, while Luther and Tithla focused on range damage. Despite both Raspip and Jonor falling briefly to the power of the tree, the team emerged victorious, Theo burning the heart of the tree to ash. With the roots and boughs slowly burning away, Styx decided to try and cast some magic on a fragment of branch in an attempt to understand and change the necromantic influences on it. This, however, drew the ire of Theo, who launched into an intense and brief argument with Styx, drawing the rest of the party in as well. Raspip, the little shit, used this opportunity to steal a cursed ring from a corpse hidden amongst the roots and sneak out. Noticing his absence too late, Tithla rushed ahead to try and catch up to him, while the rest of the team investigated the corpse beneath the tree, discovering it was the remains of one of the adventurers they had been attempting to locate. Catching up to Raspip, Tithla attempted to convince him to stay, but soon found herself abandoned and alone in the woods. Emerging from the darkness, a familiar figure stepped out from behind the trees and spoke with Tithla, revealing one of the party might now be working for Sergei, having been replaced or corrupted recently. Sensing the rest of the party coming to find Tithla, Strahd invited the party to dinner, promising an escort would come and collect them shortly. Meanwhile, back at the Abbey, Killian offered to escort Adrian back to the winery, arriving not long after the Martikovs. The winery had other guests too, however, a group of beautiful women seemingly out celebrating some event. With the team reunited at the winery and keen to relax after a pretty stressful few days, they joined the party. Theo, in particular, keen for a revel. Meanwhile, Killian used his Warlock powers to examine these partygoers a little closer, realizing that they were in fact undead. We left off last session as Killian warned Jonor, who then tried to pass on this warning and his suspicions to the rest of the party, and found himself curiously rebuffed by Theo. And that is where we are going to jump straight back in. I believe, Killian, you had also just asked who the bride was getting married to. The main lady, the one who you have been speaking to, Katerina. You've been having a few sort of conversations with her while you've been sitting there, drinking wine, having a bit of a chat, getting to know this lady. And it was revealed that, yeah, she was out on her hen's night with her companions. 5 other women dressed in very heavy clothes, mostly whites and blacks, with veils covering their faces. We jump straight back in. Killian, as you turn towards Katerina, go, "Who are you marrying?" You watch.
Who are you marrying?
Who are you marrying? That's exactly what you sound like. Thank you for confirming that. As you turn towards her, you watch as she looks over curiously, smiles, and goes, "Oh, a wonderful, wonderful man who has shown his true colors to me, has opened up his heart and allowed me to join him, be with him, and share his life. And for that I am very honored. So you go, Theo.
Does this wonderful gentleman have a name?
Indeed. But you must understand, a powerful man like my husband to be sometimes can be faced with enemies, and it is best if we try not to identify him. There are ears and eyes everywhere that would want to know and might try to hurt my darling beloved through me. And I would not want to be the cause of pain to him. That would not do at all.
Well, guys, I think the only one we know in a position of that power has to be our friend Ismark. Surely that's it. Our new friend, the Burgomaster of Vallaki. We've only been gone a few days, and already he's found such a beautiful bride.
You watch as she smiles. Katerina smiles this very, very wide smile. Very friendly, very warm. Ismark, you say? I had heard there was a new Burgomaster of Vallaki. I'm sure he is a man of power and influence, and a very handsome man at that. I'm such a man. I would be honored if such a man were to show interest to me.
Perhaps he is we did not meet the leader of Kresk, or Ismark was also the leader of Barovia. I don't know of any other major towns that a upstanding young woman like yourself could be wed to.
She smiles and winks. Of course, if it were Ismark the Greater, I would not be able to reveal such a thing. That would be, again, potentially putting my beloved in harm's way.
Oh, no, you could tell us. We are probably besides his sister, his best friends in all of the land.
Oh, I am sure. I had heard that you and your companions had been spending a bit of time in Vallaki before moving on. Last I heard, you were near the town of Kresk. What brings you out here?
It is so wonderful to see that people are taking notice of our deeds. Friends, is it not good to be so famous?
It is.
Tithla, come over here. These lovely ladies, they know what we're doing. They know of our deeds.
It seems that word of our adventures have spread around Barovia. We actually came to the Wizards of Wines to actually order some wines for the next festival at Vallaki. That's why we're here.
Oh, well, that
is true.
What a fortuitous coincidence. I am also here to try the wine, enjoy a night out with my ladies, but importantly also place an order for my big event, my big day. What a coincidence. She smiles.
Yeah, it's a wonderful coincidence, I suppose. Shall we get this party started then?
Indeed, I hear there are...
Do you have a large cup and a pack of cards?
You, as you say that and turn around, you see Davian standing in the doorway, really not sure how to proceed. The agreement with Killian was, if you order a dry white, I'll know something's wrong. But then, he's spoken with Jonor. Jonor's gone, I've warned them, but they don't seem worried. Killian doesn't seem worried. Killian's having a great chat. Theo obviously doesn't seem worried. Tithla's just standing off by herself.
I'm just worried Jonor doesn't even know how to have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm worried for my boy.
Yeah, exactly right. You see Davian sort of behind the door. Jonor, you're inside with Davian. You watch as Davian, he's still holding a crossbow at this point, keeping it out of sight of the door, slowly puts down the crossbow. For the rest of you, just watch as Davian sort of shrugs his shoulder and then steps out and goes, a large cup. Cards. I can provide cards and a large cup. Something like a large chalice would do.
Well, perfect. Yes, we're playing Burgomaster's Chalice, so it's a perfect vessel.
Burgomaster's... Oh, no. No, you're not going to pollute my vintage wines by mixing them together in this thing, are you? In this vessel?
Not that you give us all one vintage to drink at the same time.
I'll be right back. With that, you watch as Davian heads inside. Jonor, as Davian steps inside with you, he sort of looks really confused and goes, I don't understand. I thought something was wrong, but they are now asking for more drinks and a vessel to pour the drinks into. Are we not in trouble? What is going on?
Yeah, I firmly believe there could be trouble brewing there on many fronts. And the thumping in his head from the mild concussion is still prevalent in his mind. As much as I'd want to be out there with him, I'm just having a rest.
I'll telepathically talk to Jonor. Like, Jonor, get out here with your Taraka deck and impress these women. We might be in here.
You do need a deck of cards, don't you?
Well, we have a deck of cards, but I suspect your party trick will go over very well. Just come out here, predicts that she'll have a wonderful marriage and all will be fine, and then I suspect we'll have a wonderful fun time with these nice ladies tonight.
Look, I did make you wait 8 hours. I can do this for you. Fine, all right, I'll come out. And then I turn to I head back outside.
As you go to move, Davian pushes into your hands essentially what looks like a small barrel. Probably this is like a tiny barrel meant for brewing micro amounts to figure out tastings and volumes and things like that, to sort of get recipes right without brewing a lot and wasting a lot of material. He has removed the top. It is essentially a giant wooden stein, basically, that is a tiny barrel. As he hands it to you and goes, could you take this out? I need both hands to carry the wine, and until we know what is happening, I don't want my children walking out and potentially getting into trouble.
Yep, someone's in trouble with this little barrel here, that's for sure. Just don't sit down is what I'm going to say. He turns around, takes the barrel, goes to the table, and he sits himself probably the most adjacent to allies and not these 5 women.
Perfect.
He's keeping his distance. Yep.
Ladies, my dear friend Jonor is this handsome, glowing lad. Is something of a diviner. I think perhaps if you wished it, he could, let's say, predict how your wedding day will go and how wonderful your marriage is. He does it all the time. He loves to tell people of their love life.
Theo, what's your passive perception?
My passive 16.
16, I thought it was. Tithla, yours is pretty good too, isn't it? You're about 14 from memory.
I thought you won it all.
But also Tithla's paranoid watching, not necessarily observant.
I tried to call you over a few times.
Tithla barred her teeth a little bit.
You barred your teeth at me?
In your direction, because you're with everyone.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah, Tithla's fucked up, man. It's not me. I wish she didn't do it. Yeah, it hurts me. It hurts me more than it hurts you.
I don't know if it does.
As you say that, Theo, as you mentioned that Jonor's potentially blessed with the gift of foresight and prophecy, you watch as a very hungry expression comes across the face of Katerina. A look of, I'm going to say, desire. Not necessarily desire for him, but desire for what he can do. As you watch.
I told you you'd be straight in with this trick.
People do say I'm divine, but it's not for those prophetical reasons. They just think I'm a lovely bloke. I got a bit of a golden glow, so Theo, he loves a chat. He loves a chat.
Indeed, I had heard that there was some Vistani who played around at divining the future, and only one true prophet, one true far seer existed in these lands. You are far more attractive than I was led to believe that she was.
That's a very, very flattering. I have heard that Madame Ava's got quite the foresight, so if you really want to see the future and know what's coming, then she's the one for you.
Oh, I thought you could divine the future. Are you saying you're not quite as good?
Do not be modest, Jonor. You've predicted many a thing. You are quite powerful with your cards. Show the ladies what you can do.
All right, well, Journal's going to reach into his back pocket and pull out this deck, and he's going to fumble it out. So rather than the neat sliding out of the case, he's going to grab half the deck out of the side and fumble them out, and then just sprawl across the table.
Yep. So Jonor is fumbling with his deck in front of all these women.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Yep. And it just lands all over the table, and I try to look incompetent.
You're trying to look incompetent.
Yeah. He's hiding the fact of the divination.
Could you make me a performance check, please?
I have a question. In Jonor trying to look incompetent, does he accidentally look more competent because he is in fact incompetent?
That's what the performance check's going to reveal.
Yeah, okay.
I'd love a performance check, please, Jonor.
Oh,
3. Jonor, as you fumble with the deck, pull it out. This is working in your favor. As you fumble the deck and pull it out, you drop it. I'm going to say, can you roll me a d4, please,
Absolutely.
Jonor? I want to see how many cards come spilling out of the deck, and we're going to see what your 2. Okay, so 2 cards are coming out of the deck. Jonor, I'm going to quickly bring open. If I bring open the deck as one of the additions,
54?
Can you? 54, perfect, thank you.
54,
and can I have one more?
52, yeah.
All right. What have we got here? It looks like we've got...
As long as it wasn't 43. As long as it wasn't 42, we're okay.
Okay, we've got the merchant and...
What's 42?
The bishop.
That was the number last time that was haunted, right?
I've
Oh,
been...
yeah.
36.
36, I think.
I've also been randomizing them as well a little bit because obviously the repeated cards is a bit annoying, so I've been randomizing them as well. You have drawn the merchant and the bishop. Okay.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
It works well.
Got them out for you. As the 2 cards tumble out and slide across the wooden table, coming to rest, one of them rests in front of Luther. The bishop card, you watch as it slides and sits there just in front of him on the table. The merchant card sliding over and spinning around so it's in verse, facing Katarina. Jonor, as you look at these 2 cards, your connection with your foretelling, you feel this magic, your divination magic rising up within you. Could you please make me a spellcasting check? So d20 plus your spellcasting modifier, as if you're doing a spell attack. I want to see what you 14. Okay. The bishop, the card that has landed in front of Luther. The bishop often signifies a calling, either from a god, from a person in power, from a respected figure, a calling for someone to rise, to move, to act differently, to take on responsibility beyond what they currently have. It is obviously very associated strongly with a religious calling, a religious or a divine purpose. The fact the card is face up, not inverted, you know this is for Luther. This card that is spun out, this is for Luther. There is something he is needed for, a calling that he is needed for. And given the connection that you know he has with the abbot, you can't help but feel like this is somehow linked. The card itself, as you look at it, you see a very gaunt figure dressed in these very heavy religious robes, holding a censer, a large metal cage filled with incense that's slowly leaking smoke around the figure so that they almost fade into the background. The card that has landed in front of Katarina, the merchant card that is currently upside down, you can see an old woman dressed in layered clothing, probably quite colourful. But the card itself, the lacquer has muted a lot of the colours, giving it this almost like monochrome appearance. In her hand, she holds a number of gold coins. holding them out as if receiving them or exchanging them. And in the background, you can see various goods, mostly clothing and cloths bound up behind her. Inverted, you know that this doesn't mean... Normally it would mean like a deal or a agreement between people. Inverted means the agreement is a betrayal. It is a trap. That agreement is not going to mean what people think it means. The deal is going to be broken. Or that the deal wasn't made evenly. At the moment, you're not sure whether there's a connection to the past, present, or future. But if it's future, it means there's going to be a problem in the future with whatever that deal was. In the past, it means that deal wasn't made evenly. Maybe there was uneven power in the making of this agreement or deal. That's what you get from the two cards.
As the cards flip out, the first one going towards Luther, I think Jonor would get a little bit of a golden glow as that happens. The gold sort of flows out from out his cloak arms and a little bit from his eyes, get a slight tinge there. And he just sort of he then quickly looks at it quite intensely, the card rolling in front of Luther. And he would share, Luther, there's a calling for you, something big. You do need to do this. You need to act on this. This is for you. And I would then look at Katarina a little bit more, and then pause. And after a couple second pause, is this something you would like to know, or is this best kept to myself? People don't often appreciate having things told to them. They feel they lose agency or control of their own destiny.
But these cards flew out of the deck to land in front of myself and this very handsome gentleman here. Surely that is a sign that we are meant to hear what these cards have to say. Please.
Just tell her that her wedding will go fine and she'll be happily in love.
I see here the merchant, and so it was inverted, so it was like face down, right?
It's the opposite. So rather than the card
opposite way,
pointed towards her, it's the card's upside down, so you can see it.
I grab the card and I spin it towards her, and as I do that, I then say, well, the merchant in front of you is for an exchange, goods, services, and entanglement of sorts. This is a sign of what is to come. Whatever the deal is of significance. That's what the merchant means.
Jonor, you're not lying. Can I get a persuasion or deception check? Your choice.
It's definitely a persuasion.
You're not lying per se. You've not actually said
no.
3. You stumble over your words a bit, Jonor. You accidentally say a bad deal, a good deal. You watch as Katarina watches you very carefully, very cautiously. Her face not really betraying her thoughts at all as she watches. And as you finish speaking, she slowly nods. Well, interesting. I had always wanted to have my fortune told. And well, that was an experience. Thank you, Jonor, for your lovely performance with the cards.
Usually people get spooked by this. I was politely informed that doing this without consent was pretty frowned upon and rattling for people. So I'm happy you enjoyed it then.
It wouldn't be a bachelorette party if someone didn't try and talk the bride out of going ahead with the nuptials. And we can tick that off. That has now been done. And does not need to be done again, as she looks over at the rest of her ladies around her, who all, as one, nod.
That's creepy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's so creepy about having supportive friends that all agree?
For podcast listeners, Tithla is hissing at Theo again.
I'm sure they heard it. It was more the baring of the teeth that I did that they may have missed.
Surprisingly quiet, gotta say.
Telepathically. What do you? Why are you angry with me? Please do not be angry with me. I know we said some harsh words back in the tree, but I didn't mean it. I mean, said as our friend, but you will always be my best friend.
Somebody's gonna leave, and somebody's not here, and somebody is here, and then they're gonna come and get us, and it's all just too much.
What do you mean they're going to come and get us?
Do you? I guess they're coming anyway. Well, I don't trust them. I can't tell you in front of them. Indicating the 5 random people that we've just met, and seeing Killian order a dry white, which is just the most frightening thing ever. Seeing Killian order that, it's never happened before.
At that, I'm seeing Tithla being generally distressed and not being so forthcoming with the answers. So, Jonor, Killian, Luther, maybe Styx. I suspect you all know how this game works. Put your regular deck of cards, not your spooky cards, around the road. If you draw the Burgomaster card, you pour some in the cup. The last Burgomaster drinks the whole thing. Have fun. I have to go talk to my friend Tithla very briefly. She is
Whoa! Hang on. Is this a Satyr turning down a drink?
Oh no, I'll be back. But
I got a throbbing head, and you can't handle it.
For one, so
I'm out drinking the Satyr.
Exactly.
Guys.
I need to give you time to drink some, so when I come back and start drinking, you don't. I can keep up with you. I need the buffer. You're just too cool. So please use your coolness to entertain the ladies. I'll be right back once I work out why Tithla is not in the party mood.
I can't drink.
Yes, you can. You have a mouth.
No, I have
I'm sure
teeth.
it will come out as a weird mist, but just go for it.
I only have teeth. I have no mouth.
Well, what if you just pour it in your chest cavity?
You watch as Styx reaches over, picks up one of the glasses, just pours it over himself, and then puts the glass down.
Did you like this?
I am indifferent.
What if you pour it in a little coin slot we used to activate you?
Okay. Picks up another glass. You watch as next to him goes, "Hey, that was my glass!" As Styx picks it up and pours it through the coin slot, and then looks down and goes, "I feel bite.
See, it's working already.
I'll fix you up there, Styx. Get a handkerchief and just dry him out. You'll be okay.
Thank you."
You want to be careful with what you pour on yourself. You end up sticky, and last thing you want is a sticky hole.
Stixy.
It's a Stixy hole.
You watch as one, the 5 veiled women do a little titter as Katerina smiles, rolls her eyes.
Ladies, do not laugh at that. That was not good.
As
We
one,
call that a dad joke where I come from.
as one, all the ladies go, "Okay," all at the same time.
Our friend Killian is a father. He's a very responsible man. See, tells the jokes of his father. Learn from him. I'm sure that will be in your cards in your days as a married woman. I go over and try to usher Tithla. Come on, Chevy. Let's go for a chat. You seem to have something on your mind.
Okay, but I'm not letting you take you. Can't see us.
Okay, we'll stay with her. Can see us.
Still watching the group as wherever they've walked. Still got to.
Then
looking over
revealing
his shoulder.
myself as the traitor, stab her in the throat.
Would you like to make a roll to attack?
No, of course not.
Oh, yeah, you'll save
Isn't
that for
my
later.
thing?
You'll save that for later.
Wait, isn't that my thing?
Okay.
Yes, I lead you just away out of earshot. What do you mean that there's someone coming to get us? Did something happen in the woods?
Well, I mean, yeah, first of all, he left us, and then he came back. Not like the same he, different he's, obviously.
Who came back?
The bad one.
Demo?
Yes.
Oh no.
But Was it him? I don't know.
It
Was it Rasper pretending to be him? I don't know. He said he was going to send someone to come and get us. I don't know.
Raspberry
Are they
did or
Well, I don't know. That's the
count?
problem.
Well, let's assume they were different. Let's assume that.
Okay, well, they didn't look like Rasper.
No. So let's assume Raspit left and then Damien came.
We can't assume anything. Everything's on the table.
Okay, yes, but for now, for this discussion, just so we can work out the baseline.
I need string, and I need pins.
Okay, I'll get you string and pins.
Okay.
I'm sure Damien will have this.
Okay, well,
But-
we'll come back to that later. I'll have some time, and I'll put it together.
Damo said he was sending someone to come collect us.
Well, yeah, because we weren't there for the last pickup.
Well, he was meant to come find us.
Well, I don't know. I'm just passing on a message, okay? Why are you coming at me?
I'm not. I'm not. You have done so well.
Well, I know.
Yes, you've done so well. But we are all friends here.
And how do I know it's you? Prove it.
What do you mean? How do you know it's me? Because
Prove it.
I look like me. I can turn into a bear. I can play the pipes. Would you like me to play the pipes?
I don't. How do I know you're not going to cast something bad when you're playing your stupid magic?
Because I've never been able to cast bardic magic before.
Okay, that was you got the right answer on that one.
Would you like me to play the pipes? I can play that song I always played you when we were wandering through the woods. Only Howard knows that.
Unless you've been tortured and he got it out of you. You volunteered that very quickly.
Because I want you to trust me.
All right, play it.
What song do you
Another one.
play on the pipes? I feel like it's got to be Epic Pipe Guy.
Yeah, that's what I would have played as, Tithla and I would take our strolls through the woods.
Fantastic.
Would you like a performance, or
Yes,
Given
please.
I would have played that on many occasions.
I'd like a
Alright.
performance, please. I want to see how well you play it. I'm ready for a natural
Would
one,
be
and
with
Tithla will be like,
advantage.
"It's you!"
Very-
I really want
Very
it to be low.
practiced.
Yeah, advantage?
Yeah, you do. You do.
Thank you, Jonor.
That didn't help much.
14. 13, 14. We'll take the 14. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Tithla, it's kind of how you remember.
I guess maybe worst case, it would have taken a lot to get that out of you.
And look, if I were to be tortured to give up the name of the song, they'd still have to learn how to play the pipes and then learn how to play the song, and then find this one contrived situation in which to demonstrate it to you to gain trust. It would be a lot.
But maybe you explaining the whole plan is trying to knock me off the trail.
Or maybe I just have some kind of agencies that would give me knowledge beyond what a standard person in the situation would have due to some meta knowledge.
Okay, you're right.
Some slight breaking of the fourth wall, perhaps.
You're completely right. Those are the two options. I guess we'll have to go with that for now. Keep my eye on you.
Well, why do you suspect I've been replaced with the devil?
Nothing.
But if you tell me I can help you, I can help work. If you suspect someone has been replaced, then this
I
could be
didn't
terrible.
say that. You said that.
But you said that. Well, by implication that if you suspect me, I would be hurt if you only suspected me and not Jonor or Killian, the robot or the literal vampire we have hanging out with us. So.
But the thing about all of those people,
Yes.
they can't betray me
Why can they not betray you?
because they've never had 100% of my trust.
And I have 100% of your trust?
Well, Theo did. Tithla
goes
to walk back to the group.
I flippy clop after you. I put my hand on you. So you have 100% of my trust too.
Tithla lets your hand like linger on her shoulder for a minute, and then like does a little.
Yeah,
light
I
shrug.
would probably would have not. I would have taken it. I've known what the state you're in. Just a little, just enough to know that I'm there. As I'm heading back, I kind of zap. Actually, maybe I zap the knowledge that Damien's sending someone to pick us up to all 4 of the guys there, but not the doppelganger plotline.
Perfect. While you're away with Tithla, Styx, Luther, Jonor, and Killian, and Sen. Sen sort of watches as Theo gets up and wanders off. Jonor, Killian, you can see that she sort of like follows, watching very closely as he leaves, and then looks back down at her drink and gets a little bit quieter once Theo's left. Luther rubs his hands gleefully. All right. Are we going to play this Burgomaster's Cup? Everyone's got a drink? No, we need more wine. Davian, we need more wine. Davian. You watch as Davian runs out, places down 2 large carafes of wine, looks and goes, this is such a waste of good wine. Wanders off, muttering to himself under his breath.
Has Luther clocked that they're vampires yet? I don't know.
No, Luther hasn't. Luther's got no idea. You guys haven't. No one's told him. No one's communicated this. He's just having a good time. He's been listening to Theo. Theo's been like, yeah, let's have a revel. And Luther's like, I could do with a revel. It's been a rough couple of days. I need a break. As you do the card reading though, Jonor, you watch as Luther kind of gets a bit of a troubled look on his face, picks up the card, examines it closely, and goes, I don't really believe in this whole idea of like destiny, right? Jonor, not really. I don't really believe in destiny. I believe in choice. People making decisions and making choices. It's kind of spooky though. I think Theo summed up your cards. They're spooky cards. Very spooky cards. Because I was starting to think through some of this stuff myself about where I should be, what I should be devoting my time to, and I don't know, this just seems weirdly timed. Here, have the card back. Sweeps it back. And then pulls out a deck of cards and slams them down. Oh, sorry, you got you.
You think it's spooky for you? Try trying to convince yourself it's true to tell other people. It's no walk in the park.
Yeah, it's a fair point. But hey, look, we don't need to think about that right now. All we need to think about right now is not drawing the Burgomaster from this deck of cards. And so from what I understand of Burgomaster's Cup, obviously there's going to be 4 kings, so there'll be the Burgomaster, which means at least 3 people are going to be pouring in drinks, or is it if it's every card that's not the Burgomaster, you pour in a bit? I haven't played this game in a very long time.
The different cards means different actions, and we've got the guys here and the girls there, and the 3s and 4s and 7s. They do different things. You'll pick it up. We've played this before on the road.
I'll be honest, it's not a game I've really played much before, but I'm in for it. As Theo says, I think we're overdue a revel. Sen, you playing?
What? Yeah, I'll play. Yep.
Wonderful. Styx, maybe it's best if you keep score.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can keep fetching wine. I think that's a fair. That's probably right. If you can keep us all topped up, Styx, that'd be amazing. And
straight to be a bitch job.
Yeah. And if maybe if anything happens that you see anything that's suspicious, you let us know.
All right.
Thanks, Styx. You're a gem.
No, I am a sword.
Yeah, you're that too. Yeah, sure. Killian, you played?
Yeah, sure, I'll play. I'm not much of a drinker, but I'll certainly play.
Katerina?
Of course, I wouldn't miss out on an opportunity to try some of this marvelous wine and get to know our new friends better.
And sorry, we haven't introduced ourselves to your friends. Should we go through and do names?
Oh no, that's quite all right. You can call them my ladies.
Yeah, that's not weird at all. Okay, are they gonna play as well?
Of course.
All right. Do they drink? Wide? You see Luther sort of like slowly starting to maybe catch on a little bit that something's a bit up here.
Of course.
All right, great. Let's just play. Everyone get your wine. Let's go. Let's draw cards and let's play. It's at this point.
Luther say there's nothing to worry about here. Jonah's probably going to pick that he doesn't know, and he's going to feign a pointing in the distance to Davian and point at him instead and say, "Didn't Theodore message you that they're actually these ladies are vampires?"
He can respond to the message, can't he? Yeah, he
yes,
goes in and coughs into his hand. He's like, "No, I missed that. I was talking to Styx. I was around the corner trying to check on Tithla. Are we in danger?"
Probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably, yes.
He just sort of you just say, "Yeah, probably, yes," right? Because the sending, you've already done the thing. Or do you do another quick sending to try and point and...
A second sending, yeah. Message,
he responds with, "Maybe we just play around and then get out of here. maybe we just extricate ourselves quietly with a bit of social lubricant."
And then I think Jonah would then flip over the first card and look at Luther and say, this is perfect. And I flip over, I don't know, let's say it's one of the Burgomasters, and I pour part of my drink in.
Fantastic. Theo, it's at this point that you come back with your hand on Tithla's shoulder, and then sort of as she pulls away, Luther nods and smiles at you. There's a strain in his smile now, Theo, that you hadn't seen before. Theo, you playing Burgomaster's Cup?
I sure am, but from the looks on your face, it seems like you are losing.
I haven't yet drunk anything. Sorry, you go.
Tithla, do you want to play with us, or are you still happy to sit on the side?
You know that I only like the warm milk. I don't drink the wine.
Yeah, and
or
truthfully, I think if you wanted to mix the warm milk in, it would be pretty gross. Fair enough. But
I'll just keep watching everyone.
You can stay here and pick a card and just play the actions. There's lots of fun. There's one where if you ask someone the question and they answer, they have to drink some of their wine. It is fun to play.
I'm sorry, you're saying that I can ask people questions and they have to tell me the answer?
No, if they do answer you, then they have to do something they don't want to do.
I only want... Is there one where I can ask somebody a question and they answer the truth?
You can make a rule as that happens. If you get the...
That's okay, I think I'll just...
Am I going to have to look up the King's Cup rules really quickly?
No, I got them covered. I just want to make up fantasy card names. Yeah, if you pull the knights, then you can make a rule.
The fact that you have them memorized, and I'm hoping you haven't played in years, otherwise that's raising different concerns.
It's been a few years, yeah.
That's
pretty extensive.
We could change that though, Theo. There's an event coming up that we could we could change that. Okay, I've got the rules open.
Whole scene?
Yeah. Basically. All right, I'm with you. I've got this all open. I'm with you. I've got all of them now. Sweet as.
Yeah, so I mean, you can play around with it. I just don't want you to feel excluded, is all, because I know you do not drink wine, but I wanted to include you in the revel. You know how I feel about the revel. Very positive.
You do like a revel.
I do.
I'll just wait here for now. Thank you.
Tithla, there is one card that if you draw, you have to do a never have I ever. I mean, that's kind of asking people to say the truth. Everyone does it, so you can see everyone's responses at once.
I wouldn't really know what I'm looking for, though.
Well, you could say never have I ever betrayed a friend, or never have I ever...
You know that I would have to say that I have.
Well, you just did, so now it's already out there. And or something funny, like never have I ever gotten so drunk I peed on the fence of the Archfey and got turned into a gnat for 6 weeks.
You watch as one of the ladies near Katerina takes a drink.
Hey. The Feywilds, am I right?
No other response, no other movement. You watch as one of them just brings a cup up to the veil as a sip and puts it down. No other words are spoken. You watch as Katerina looks over, raises an eyebrow, and then looks back at you, and then looks back at her, and then goes, "I'm going to get the full story of that later."
Do not judge. Everyone has a past. Right, shall we play? And then, yeah, I did get into. I'd like to try to just facilitate getting everyone involved in the party, keeping the game going. I feel like if everyone's blasé about it without someone taking charge, it always fizzles out before someone has to drink it.
You really are an expert in this, aren't you?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've been on the receiving end of his expertise with this as well. I've got like vague half memories of being subjected to this.
Didn't do my job right.
It's a good point. Yeah. I think for the interests of fun, we should do at least one round where all of you roll. You can roll a custom dice in D&D Beyond. Could I get you to please all roll I'm going to say that we won't do any of the King's Cups because they're really boring, but could you all please roll a D12, 1D12, and we'll see what you get. So the King obviously is the... Oh, but the King is to set a rule. Never mind. Can you all please roll...
Set a rule. That's the Jack.
Oh, is it the Jack?
King pour in the cup.
Okay.
Which is boring.
Because the one it's got here is set a rule and pour some of your drink into the King's Cup, is what it says for this one. And the Jack one is never have I ever.
Interesting. I mean, you can always... They're very malleable.
They're very malleable rules, often prone to changing based on who's gotten the cards at which point. I've seemed to have remembered. All right, so let's have a look. So we've got Jonor's a 1. Jonor, you have immediately opened with Waterfall. Who would be to your left? You were trying to sit with most of your crew, weren't you? Killian is to the left of you. Yeah. As you sit next to Killian and you draw an ace and put it down, you watch as Luther looks at Theo and goes, he has to drink now, right? Like,
as in Killian drinks, and then you drink, and then the ladies drink, and then I will drink, and then we can't stop till the person decides finishes drinking.
Oh, this is a nasty one to start with.
Jonor holds his hand in front of him, out in front, and then casts a mage hand. The mage hand picks up the drink and then starts going.
Oh my god. Amazing. I'm going to get Constitution saving throws from everyone currently playing King's Cup. I will do it for Katarina, and then for Luther, and then for the ladies. This is incredible. Katarina's rolled well. Holy shit. You watch as Katarina just upends the glass, and you watch as the wine just begins vanishing down her throat as she rolls a 19 plus 3. Oh my god. 22. Let's have a quick look.
For some reason it's not letting you roll the con save, so...
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can't roll anything.
Is it popping up the little, like, explanation banner instead?
It just took a little while to come through.
Yeah, I think they're just taking a second to come through. So let's have a quick look. So we got a... Oh, it's only Killian's who've come through. That's so interesting, because I've still... Oh, no.
And it was Arcana. So I clicked on one of my skills to see if that would come through. I'm just refreshing the screen.
The deception comes through, but saving throws do not.
That's okay. Just roll a d20 and then we'll add the... Oh, there we go.
That one's the con save. I had to roll the Arcana, the skill save to get them jiggered. So 16.
Okay, so for Luther, we've got... What's Luther's plus? Luther's a plus 5 to con saves. Holy shit. So Luther's doing really well. Okay, so we've got Killian.
I got an 11 in total. I just rolled a d20.
Yep, 11 in total. Luther got a 16 total. Jonor got a natural 20 for a 22. Oh my god.
Stuck in the whole thing. He's been that guy.
Yeah.
Then prestidigitations. He cleans up any remaining froth from the beard with a little prestidigitation.
The person who fails first in that case is Killian.
Killian doesn't drink alcohol, so it makes sense.
That does check out. Killian, this wine, you don't mind a delicious drink, and wine's not something you've had lots and lots of. It sounds like you said Killian doesn't drink at all, or doesn't drink very much normally?
Doesn't drink very much. Normally it's spirits.
Yeah, so wine is not something Killian's had a lot of. And this red wine is, look, it's really nice. You're sure for wine drinkers they'd be having a great time right now. But the sheer volume and the peppery flavor of the Shiraz it's not quite what you're used to. And you're sort of you find yourself slowing down as you're doing this, and you can start to feel, unlike with spirits, right, where it's very easy to kind of keep track of where you're up to. You've not drunk a lot of wine. You don't know where the volume is. You don't really know the alcohol content. As you get to the second cup, you're really starting to find your head swimming for a little bit, and as you slowly lower your cup and put it down, you are to the left of Jonor, which means Jonor then is able to stop when he wishes to. Jonor doesn't. You watch as Jonor powers on like a god. As you watch Jonor just continuing to go. The next one to fail are the ladies. You watch as one in the middle slows and puts her cup down, which triggers a bit of a response where the other two on the left of her stop as well. Katarina carries on as well. Luther finally taps out and goes, "Oh, yeah, this is quite a nice sipping wine. I regret what we are doing to this. This is not. We should not be treating this good wine in this way. We need to ask for
You're
swill.
playing the game correctly.
We should be asking. This seems expensive, and I can't justify what we're doing to this wondrous vintage until only Jonor and Katarina are still going. Jonor, 22, Katarina 23, but yours is a natural 20. I'm gonna say that at the same time as both of you drain your second cup and slowly put it down ready to refill, you kind of catch eyes across the table. You can see there's a bit of a blush to Katarina's cheeks. You can feel the warmth rising to yours as well from having just downed 2 glasses of wine straight away. She smiles at you, a very cheeky, mischievous smile, and quickly begins filling up her cup again and goes straight into the third cup. You follow. You're not going to let Katarina beat you. You got a natural 20. You're feeling empowered. You've had a momentary glimpse into the future. You saw a future where you won this game. And as you continue smashing, the two of you get to the bottom of your third cup, slowly put it down. You watch as Katarina goes to refill the cup again for a fourth one, pauses and goes, "Actually, it is only the first card draw of the game. Shall we call it a draw, Jonor?"
Yeah, that's that'll be a gentleman's draw. I think that sounds great.
We shall call it a gentleman and ladies' draw, shall we? Wonderful. Well played, Jonor. You have hidden depths to you, indeed.
She smiles and winks at you. Killian, what was your roll for the King's Cup? I believe you rolled a 6.
I rolled a 6. Killian is now hiccuping. And swaying a little bit.
6 is obviously chicks. All the girls have to drink. As you sort of sway a little bit, hiccuping, the card sort of swimming in front of your eyes for a moment, looking like an 8 as the 6 overlaps with itself momentarily. You watch as Katarina smiles and goes,
I knew that was worth waiting. I'm one ahead of you now, Jonor.
Has a drink. He watches the other 5 women, the ladies, take their drink as well. Tithla, you watch as Davian steps out next to you without saying anything, puts down a cup of warmed milk in front of you, gives you a pat on your back, and then heads back inside, having overheard part of that conversation.
Tithla, not noticing that at all, gets startled, but then looks at him and then has that moment of, no, you're not part of the, maybe you're okay, all in a look.
He seeing you eyeing him up
at the end.
Yeah, seeing you eyeing him up and asking, he leans in and goes,
Tithla, would you like to? I've got Stefania and the others inside. Did you want to come inside and spend some time with the with my kids? maybe you could come inside. I have some warm cookies. I'll be bringing out of the oven soon. Stefania's been using her mother's recipe. If you wanted to maybe taste them, we're hard to know if they are ready without.
2 things, if I may.
You may.
Whilst I appreciate that, I'm not 6.
I did not say that you were.
I know, it just feels like something that you do for 6-year-olds, but I do appreciate that. But I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you know? How do you know if people can be trusted? How do you know if people are the same? How do you know if the lies are true or the lies are... I've never understood. I've never known. I've never thought that there were really lies. I always just thought that what people said was what they said. And I've never questioned what somebody said before. Now it's all I can do.
These are quite intense questions, Tithla. It sounds like you are struggling with a crisis. Do you want to come and talk about it? I've been through moments
not really,
of doubt.
but can you fix it? Like, do you have a pill or something that'll fix it? Or?
No, not a pill. I have found that when you lose faith and lose hope, which it sounds like you have done a little, right? You have lost trust.
I guess. But what if it's right though? Like, what if I'm right to not trust? Then it's not wrong, right?
What are the consequences of you not trusting your friends when you should have? Could you maybe lose your friends?
Yeah, people die.
And what are the consequences of trusting when you should not have?
Everybody dies.
Do you think that is going to happen? Do you think that is likely?
Probably. Yeah, I think everyone will die if we get this wrong.
Tithla, I think you need to talk to someone about this. Maybe me, or maybe someone. You need to talk to someone about this. This is a lot. You need to... Is there anyone that you trust? You said that it could not be me. Does that mean you trust me, or that I am not involved in whatever this is?
Well, sorry.
Just a furball.
Well, you weren't there, so I guess you're not included in the group.
Do you want to come in and have a talk about it? We can sit on the couch in the library, just have a chat.
Well, maybe I'll come in. Or maybe we won't talk, but maybe I'll just come in.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe one of those cookies would be nice with the milk. Thanks.
Yes, well, I personally think they are very good cookies. It is...
like you said, they've got to be checked.
Exactly. My late wife's recipe, Stefania, has... she's done her best to learn it, but it is a hard recipe to master, and perhaps you should have a taste. Make sure she's done well.
Okay. Have you told her off yet?
For what? Oh, for going with the gnome Raspip and being turned into a...
Yes.
It is hard to tell her off when her actions directly saved my life and Elvia's life.
Yeah. Can I tell you something that you probably shouldn't tell her?
Okay.
She was very brave. She did a very good job.
I know. I am torn between how proud I am of her and how cross I am that she put herself in harm's way. But
yeah, me too.
Life is dangerous here. And maybe she is old enough. She has been telling me for years now that she is old enough to take on more responsibility within the family. I think maybe she is right. I've tried my best to protect my children since my wife's passing, and I think I have held on too tightly. Maybe it's time to trust them.
I never knew the parents who gave birth to me, but they weren't really my parents. My parents raised me and they looked after me. And they would be horrified if they knew what was happening to me now. I'm sure they're scared right now. As a child in that situation, I wish they were here to be able to help. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, that is some sage advice, Tithla. You are wise beyond your years. Please, if you feel like coming in for a cookie.
I think a cookie sounds like a good idea.
I like a cookie when I feel down. And Elvia's been through a lot. I'm hoping a cookie will help him feel better too.
Well, maybe he needs to talk about some stuff.
Oh, don't worry. He and I will be having a lot to talk about. Just feel I failed him as a father, getting him into that danger and having him have to see that horrible place under the tree.
Yeah. You don't actually think that, do you?
But I failed him.
Did you put him there?
No, but if I had been more vigilant, I would have known the attack was coming. We are supposed to be experts at gathering information here, but we grew complacent with the Druids. We forgot how dangerous they were. And, yeah.
Well, if there's one maybe a good thing, it's that they shouldn't be coming back anytime soon.
No, we have done a good job wiping them out. You know, this is probably the second largest change that has happened in Barovia since you came. I had a chat with Lara. She told me what happened at the Abbey.
Ah, yeah.
You know,
I guess.
you can't help but change things here. You and your friends. First Valaki, the Abbey, now here. It's good. Change is good. Change is good with what we have been facing here.
Well, until it all comes crashing down and the bad people win and it's all will have been for nothing.
Can
Until
I tell
that,
you a
it's pretty
secret?
good.
Can I tell you a secret, Tithla?
Sure.
We have hoped for generations that we could do something to change things here. But I never really believed. I always thought that what we were doing was, at best, cupping our hands around a candle flame in a storm. Eventually the light would go out. But now I see things differently. When all of us are working together, feeding the flame, passing it from hand to hand, from candle to torch to bonfire, we can change things, make things better. I have hope again. And at the very least, I promise you, if we are to go down, if we are to die, we will make those fuckers pay for every drop of blood they spill. Because I will not let my family get hurt if there's anything I can do to stop it.
Well, hopefully there's something we can do. Fingers crossed, eh?
Feathers, in my case. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'll be inside. Feel free to join me whenever you want.
Tithla will just wait a minute, have a couple of sips of her milk, and then follow on in.
Davian tops up the two large carafes, brings out another one, puts it down, shakes his head as he looks at the lot of you, mutters under his breath about a wasted perfectly good wine, then heads back inside again. Theo, could I please get a King's Cup roll?
I'm on mute. You sure can.
Yes.
Hot 5.
Hot 5. 5 is guys, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
Well, I always played 6 dicks, 4 paws, and
Go
then
on.
5 was jive was what I played.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
But I'll take 5 guys.
5 guys, 6 chicks does work a lot better, and no one gets. Yeah, so stick with that.
Graded? Is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, so many words I could have chosen. Degraded's a good one.
We're about to go on a crusade. A little degradation to kick us off before we righteously crusade across the map.
Before
we'll
the
be fine.
cleansing.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you draw the 5 and place it down, you watch as Katarina smiles a big smile and goes, "Even again, Jonor."
You're doing a little like tap, little cheers, and down the hatch we go.
Sen
I
next
didn't try
to
to
you.
run from this, Theo? And I do it.
Nice.
I am
Sen
very
next to you,
happy.
Theo, kind of like leans on your head. She's not been dealing as well with the alcohol. I did a quick con save for Sen. She only got an 11. So Sen's starting to feel the alcohol, but she sort of like leans back. She goes, "Tell me when it's my turn to draw."
It is your turn to draw.
Huh? Oh god. Theo, would you like to roll a d12 for Sen, please? I feel like that's 5 again. As she draws it and puts it down, she goes, "I'm so sorry." "Nah, fuck you. I'm not sorry. Drink!" She looks at you and smiles. Big toothy grin. Katarina again shakes her head and goes, "Jonor."
Fate's against me.
Fate smells. Look, Catherine, I do not think you'll be able to beat Jonor. He's trained. He has a battle-hardened liver from his days at the university. You know how students are.
Indeed. I imagine then you would have been through quite a gamut of trials and tribulations to build up such strength against the fruit of the vine.
Oh, in general, his constitution, so-so. The constitution of his liver, most impressive.
I imagine somewhat like your mage hand, Jonor. I saw before quite an impressive display of magic. Is your liver much the same? Engorged?
Liver does live on. It's in the name. It'll survive.
She nods, winks at you, and then
I think Killian's just over there drunk, just loving the down joke.
Killian's just there being like, engorged. Jacob, because Tithla's not going to be rolling a King's Cup card, unless did you want to draw a King's Cup card?
I don't think that works with what's been going on.
In that case, then, would you like to roll a d12 for Luther? You can roll it on behalf of
I would love to roll a d12 for Luther. Thank you.
I thought you
might.
Much. Come on, baby.
4.
In this
what is
one,
that has?
4 is the last person to touch the floor has to drink in this version, which is a slightly shitter version.
So is this deck saves?
I'm going to say it is.
Yeah.
I think drunk deck saves.
Format, yeah.
I think deck saves makes a lot of sense. Can I please have deck saves from everybody?
Killian just falls on the floor. He goes to get up and just falls on the floor.
This would be an effect that I could see, smell, or hear, right?
You danger sensing this. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Let's do a deck save for Luther.
It's doing it again.
Yeah, I think Beyond 20 must have. I think if you jump into features and traits and then jump back out again, I think that's what fixes it up.
Okay. Well, I just did the thing where I roll a skill, and then the second roll that comes through is the
Yeah, I might just do the same. Oh, Luther. It's not good. You watch as Luther. What's that total?
Spider
7.
climbs down.
You watch as Luther, Luther stands up and then lies down, but you can see he's still standing on the edge of the bench. So he's just literally hovering about like 40 centimeters off the ground. His legs still like standing on the bench as his body's like flat on the ground, like flat above it. You watch as next to him, Katerina turns, looks, cocks her head, and then coughs politely and points underneath him. He goes, What? You're not on the, what is it? Have I got someone on my face? Did I spill wine on my blazer? No, you're not on the ground. You're hovering above it. Oh! And then Luther slowly bends forward so his face touches into the ground because he's still standing on the edge of the bench. Is that better? Wonderful. Let's have a quick look. Theo. 16. Very nice. Jonor, 11. Killian, you just fall backwards off. Lands on the ground. It looks like Theo's actually the quickest. Theo is the fastest on this. I did not roll very well for the vampires or very well for Katerina. Theo, your Danger sense just kicks in. You just immediately reach back and touch. Actually, no, I'm going to say you just whip your tail down so that your tail just slaps into the ground. Next to you, Sen is only 1 behind you on a 15. I'm going to say Sen does the same thing. Sen just sort of whips around and quickly like slams down on the ground to quickly touch 2. Gives you a big smile and then hiccups a little bit and then covers their mouth and goes a bit red. As the rest of you then touch in, you watch as the last person is Luther. Having slowly gone down, goes, yeah, that's a fair play. I was too slow. Smashes the wine. Alrighty, let's roll for Katerina. Tom, would you like to roll for Katerina, please? You haven't rolled twice yet. And then Jacob, could I get you to roll a d12 for the ladies? Thank you.
That'll be an 8.
That's an 8. 8 in this one. Mate. Choose someone to be your mate. Anytime you drink, they drink.
Oh, we know who she's picking.
Katerina just smiles as she looks at you, Jonor, winks and goes, I felt
a very special connection. Jonor, since you first came and sat down here, I think it would be a shame not to build on such a divine connection. Would you be my drinking mate?
That's very selfless. I shall be your mate. I've shared a little with you, and right back, reciprocal. Thank you very much.
We should share many things. We can start with drinks.
That was easy to be exactly like the mate, but he's your puppy.
Did you say he's your puppy?
I said tis your party.
Oh, tis your party. I thought you said he's your puppy. I was like, wow, that's an interesting way to phrase that. Tis your party. She smiles as you say tis your party. Goes, yes, it is my party. Jonor, please be my mate.
I shall be your mate, Katerina.
You watch as she reaches down, picks up a glass, and begins sipping, just looking at you dead in the eyes.
Has one. Matches.
Fantastic. And Jacob, that's a 1. Waterfall again. Could I please have Constitution saving throws from everybody? Killian, I believe this will be done with disadvantage for you, given the scenario you've painted. Yep.
Con save?
Yes, please.
And I will pick survival for my skill that actually makes that roll.
19
14.
and an 8, Killian. That is not bad.
11 in total.
Yeah, that's actually not that bad. I thought that would be way worse. What was your total, sorry, Theo?
14.
14 is not that bad either. Jonor, 17! You're a god. It's incredible. How are you rolling so well on con saves? You did roll poorly.
Just a natural, apparently.
Just a natural. Yeah.
That's what wizards are about, right?
Again, you've seen a future where you win this, and you're not like you're just. Yeah.
He desperately wants to remember what happens next.
Probably. So you watch again as Katerina and Jonor absolutely dominate the waterfall drinking competition. Luther is actually the first to bow out in this one, closely followed by Killian, then Theo. You watch as I know, Killian, you held on remarkably well, actually, given that was with disadvantage.
Still swaying.
Killian, you sort of look, there's like, why are there 2 cups? There's 2 of them. We're playing Burgomaster's Cup, not Burgomaster's Cups. That's not fair. Which one do I pour it in? You just pour some wine on the table. Luther as well next to you goes, I don't know, why are there 2? Why are there 2 cups? Were there always 2 cups? There was only 1 cup when we started. As he sort of like looks a bit troubled.
Don't you stop freaking out. One paranoid friend is all I can do this one evening.
It's fair.
I feel like there's a joke to do with 2 cups.
No.
Two mates, 2 cups. Sleep kind of like falls forwards. His eyes sort of like crossing him as he looks at it and goes, oh. Jonor, it's just you and Katerina drinking again.
You got a little bit of a floater in there, and he casts Minor Illusion, and he's got like a little cockroach just like in her cup. He's trying to throw her off.
Could I please get you to roll...
creatures.
Could I get you to roll a spellcasting check, please? See how good your Minor Illusion is. Oh my god, 24. Jonor. You
Splashing about.
As Katerina sees the roach and startles. You watch as she drops the glass, stepping back. Going, ah! She drops at the glass, dropping down, rolling across the table and spilling wine over the table. As she looks at you, looking for the roach, ready to like slam it with her hand. And then when no roach is there, she turns towards you. You watch Jonor. For a moment, you could have sworn her eyes turned this very, almost like a dark red, before she nods her head, sighs, and then begins laughing. Well played. Well played. That was, well done. I did not see that coming. I must concede victory to you, my mate. Impressively done.
Thank you. Thank you. Formidable opponent.
Formidable.
He's trying to keep it.
Formidable.
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 It's as you. I'm going to say the game of King's Cup continues on for a little bit. Eventually, all the final king is drawn. How many players have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jacob, could you roll me a d6? I want to see who the final person to draw it is. Jonor 1, Killian 2, Theo 3, Luther 4, Ladies 5, Katarina 6.
That's a 3.
Theo, you are the final Burgomaster. As you draw, could I please get one final con save from you, Theo, to see how well you wrap up after this?
I'm rolling pretty well so far. Let's do it.
You've been rolling pretty well so far.
Alright, look, I feel like I've gone past survival at this point. It's just pure performance to keep this down. There we go.
Hey!
What actually got? No, that's performance. The con save didn't come down to the 3. There we go.
That's better.
Here's what happens.
Spot on.
Here's what happens. Theo, there's no way someone didn't top this up when you weren't looking. There's so much wine in here. It's almost a full barrel. You've been to a revel, many a revel, as a satyr. Love a revel. This is already a lot of wine that you've consumed. It's been a fun time. Burgomaster's Cup always goes down well. But by the end of the barrel, you're really starting to struggle. You're unsteady on your hooves. Your tail is like throwing off your balance as it keeps moving around. You sort of find yourself clip-clopping around, struggling to stay upright. And as you sort of bump into things, you hear a chuckle from behind you. And as your vision kind of swims into focus for a moment, you look at Sen sort of standing up at you looking and going, Theo, I think you need to sit down. You're looking a bit unsteady. You watch as Sen splits into 2 for a second and then slowly merges back into 1.
I did not know you could do that. This is a very impressive skill.
Yeah, I'm very impressive. Do what?
Just make yourself into 2 and then put yourself back together is very cool. No, this is fun. They must the grapes, they must grow stronger here in the darkness or something. And anyone want to hear a song? I got my pipes. I have my song horn. I think I have something else. Yeah, but the song. Huh?
I'd love to hear a song, Theo. Yeah, go on.
I gotta bust out the pipes. Pipes probably upside down at this point.
Song.
I just want to say, if Tithla hears Theo accidentally playing the same song that was their special, like, I'm not a traitor song, she's going to fucking lose it.
Roll the song.
With a constitution save of 3, I'm going to let you know right now, Tithla. Theo's not capable of playing any song that's recognizable or coherent.
That would be the last thing on his mind, just saying.
No, I'll be going for probably like the most elaborate song I have in my repertoire, like the most technically proficient song that I'm going to impress, and I have all
Fly to the Bumblebee on your pan flute. As you start smashing it. Theo, you get like a good solid way through, and in your mind, right, you're hitting every note. It's perfection. You
don't even give me the performance roll for it?
No. You got a con save of 3. You got a con save of 3, mate. There's only one way this ends. I'll take your performance of before from 8 as you begin smashing it out. In your mind, you're nailing this. Every so often, there's a little bit of regurgitation, and it does drip through the pipes. But if anything, that adds a timbre and almost like a beat. This kind of rough, almost like vibration. It's like a vibrato that you're getting with these pipes every time a little bit of vomit comes through them. But look, if anything, this is enhancing the performance. You know that you've nailed this. To everybody else, you watch as a very drunk satyr vomits occasionally through his panpipes while committing audio violence. Just really struggling.
And topple straight over.
Yeah. As he like holds the flute and goes,
I'll be here all, and then just collapses.
Until Thursday. Oh.
You watch as Luther breaks into thunderous applause, really also quite drunk. Sen does as well. At this point, Sen's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound. She's like, yeah, that was pretty good. I don't think I could do that. Sure, let's give him a clap.
Traditional song from my homeland. Might be different to music you've heard.
You haven't heard real music until you've heard a drunk Satyr vomit through his panpipes. It's at this point Sen sort of looks down at you lying in the dirt just next to the vineyard and goes, do you reckon there's a bed or something I could carry him to?
I'm fine. I'm an earth sign. I belong with the earth.
I'm not sure. I think we need to put you on your side. There's still a bit coming. I think we need to. She like leans down and rolls you onto your side without really asking much permission, pulling your hair back and tucking it behind your horns.
Tumble down towards the vines.
Yeah, Sen goes to roll you.
That is much lost.
You just roll with it. You're like, oh yeah, this is fun, and you begin rolling down the hill into the vineyard before crashing into some vines. You watch as a bunch of grapes just drops onto your face and like just covers you in grape juice. For those of you who are watching, you watch as Sen essentially just rolls Theo down a hill, and she like eyes go wide as she watches him just roll down and then turns towards you, look of horror on her face, her ears like flat back. And then she sprints after him.
We can find him, and I grab the closest placeholder, like drink holder, cast light on it, and just toss it in that direction.
You toss out some flares.
Just, like, frisbees. Yeah.
As you watch as the drink holder, Theo, it's actually not that uncomfortable here. It's nice and dark. It's quite secluded. There's some grapes gently caressing your face. And it's at that point when a drink holder, lit from within with holy fire, slams into your groin and drops onto the ground next to you as Jonor just pegs it in the direction that you went. You guys hear on the top of the hill from Theo. Actually, yeah, Theo, give me your best. Give me your best. Like, I've just been hit in the crotch with a drinks holder that's lit up with celestial flame.
How do I do this with my Bay accent? Wait.
Why are you saying yes? As the prophecies foretold, we. Wouldn't it be? No. It's you. Why are you liking this? Fair enough. Whatever. I'm not judging. As you hear from the top of the hill, from hidden somewhere in the vines. Oh my god! It's at this point, Sen just like still a bit wide-eyed rushes down to try and find Theo. Emerges about 5 minutes later. One of Theo's arm draped over her shoulder as she tries to like get him back up the hill. Plops him down on one of the chairs and goes, "Ah, oh, he's not as heavy. He look not as heavy as I thought he'd be. He's like, yeah. Thanks for the help, though." She looks across at the rest of you. Luther just nods.
Killian's
sorry, what were you
at this
saying?
point.
Killian's what, sorry?
Killian's wandered off. I was going to do something that was going to like possibly start a fight, but I've decided that I'm going to wander off, and Killian has now started a shouting match with the statue of himself that's in the middle of the
Oh, yes! I forgot about the statue for a moment as you get down to the statue, because it's right down in the lower fields. That's right. Killian, as you wander off into the darkness, can I have a D100 roll quickly too, please? I've got to know. Just how bad is your nighttime excursion?
72.
72. As you wander off into the night, Killian, it takes a few false starts, but before too long you hear your own voice echoing through the vines, and it's at that moment you know, I found the dick. As you emerge from that way. As you emerge from the darkness, you see the statue of you standing there, just shaking his head every time he sees like a beetle or any sort of like creature. As a bat flies overhead, he goes, "Have you heard of Killian? What a vicious cur! You know, that man once kicked a puppy." Oh.
And then as you emerge from inside the fields, he looks at you and goes, Killian Maxwell.
Killian Maxwell.
You, my arch nemesis. You cad, you cur!
Words. Hurt.
Are you really going to stand here and attempt to insult me with your incoherent babble?
What you did was incoherent and babble.
How long are you going to stand there insulting the statue that insults you back?
Probably for quite a while.
Sweet. As you and your statue begin.
Eventually, when it gets to a point where there's like, we've stopped, that there's not enough insults to say to each other, I just like, peace out, and then I misty step back to the group.
The last thing you hear is like, I'll get you, you can, and then you're gone. Perfect. As you misty step back in the center of the group a little bit later, Jonor, what would you be doing while Killian has wandered off, Theo's lost to misadventure rolling down a hill?
He's nursing his ever more aching head. He's gone to find some water to get some sweet hydration and recovery.
Perfect. As you head off over towards the water barrel that's over near the large shed that stores most of the wine and fill up your cup with water, as you turn around, you see Katerina standing there right behind you, having made not a single noise as you wandered over to the water barrel. As you kind of like startle for a moment.
Whoa, you are swift on your feet. How did you get here without? You're drinking just as much as me.
Sorry, I did not mean to startle you. Although I don't mind you startled. No, I just wanted some fresh air. Saw you here, just by yourself. And I thought, well, it's my last night before I'm married, and you seem like a lovely young man.
Oh, thank you. Stop it. It's I do have a bit of a glow when he gets a gold flare come off him. But I don't think it's the right thing for just before you enter your marriage. It doesn't seem like the right thing to do. So, I can offer you a refreshing glass of water as about the much as that is. I can give you some water, and that's it. Sorry, love.
Come now, Jonor. What is it you desire? And as she leans in and says that, Jonor, you feel some magic begin to take hold. I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay.
I knew that couldn't be
Do
trusted.
I see it coming?
Whoa, good question.
Do I see her casting the spell?
No, it's not technically a spell.
Okay. All right, no worries. Wisdom saving throw, hey?
Wisdom saving throw, please.
I'm just going to have a quick little poke at what my portent was, and
Yeah.
I used my good one already, so wisdom
Yeah.
it is. Here we go. I've clicked it, and it hasn't come through, so
That's okay,
let's
you'll
go
have to do
the
that.
old manual way.
Looks like Beyond 20 is not quite
1d20
working tonight, unfortunately. We'll have a look at it.
Plus 4, 13. Oh dear.
Jonor, that's only one off! It's so
Oh,
close.
Oh bugger.
As you look into her eyes, you have the overwhelming desire to tell her your deepest need, your deepest want, whatever it is that you desire most. You feel this overwhelming urge, this compulsion to share it with her. What is it that Jonor desires most of all, above everything else?
He wants to be the most powerful divination wizard in this land and all lands.
Ah, ambition. Good. Ambition is good. Well, Jonor, I might be able to help you get what you want. If you can help me with something I want. A favor for a favor.
Well, I already have my deck of cards, so I've got my tools on my belt.
That quaint deck of
good to go.
cards. A real divination wizard. Someone of power should have something more tailored to what you need. Something more tailored to what you want. A real divination wizard needs a viewing stone. You don't want to rely on objects to have to interpret. You want to see the future, do you not? And I happen to have seen such an item somewhere. I could fetch it for you.
In these lands, where
Of course.
where might I find this?
Now, Jonor, a favor for a favor. You give me what I want, I'll give you what you want.
Well, do share what you do need, and
No,
we can
not how this
perhaps-
works, Jonor. I have what you want, but you can do what I want. I think the doing comes before the having, don't you?
Am I under any compulsion?
No
from her?
charm, no compulsion.
No. Okay.
She could, but she has not.
Do I know? I know these. She's a vampire, right?
You know
there's
she's an
nothing indicating
undead. That's all you know.
She's an undead.
Yeah, you know she's undead.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Lore-wise, this seeing stone. What would that provide for Jonor?
Well, it's hard to know, Jonor. Do you want to make me an Arcana check, see what you know
Yeah.
of seeing stones?
I think Killian did tell Jonor that they were vampires because Jonor did the whole message thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Killian, you had a guess that they were likely vampires based on the. But I think you don't know 100% because your eyes of the Gravekeeper
yes.
said they were undead.
They're
But
undead, yeah.
Yeah, you'd made an assumption that they were most likely vampires. Jonor, is that a natural 20 for your Arcana check?
That's disadvantage because I have a concussion.
Oh no. I guess we'll take the 11 then. Jonor. A seeing stone. All you know about the
First
lost
of all,
seeing
it was
stones?
a viewing stone.
Yeah.
Like, Jonah's already stuffed it up. He doesn't even know what it's
Yeah.
called.
All you know about the seeing stones is they're not all accounted for, the lost seeing stones. That's all you know. No, you do. I mean, it sounds good though. Maybe some sort of like, maybe it's like a crystal ball.
Okay.
Sounds good
All right,
though. Sounds good.
I'm listening.
Lovely.
I could get around a viewing stone.
She smiles and nods. Wonderful. She reaches out a hand to take your hand.
Would he? Can I? Would he do it? Can I cast Detect Thoughts? At this point,
Yes.
I'm going to. As she leans forward, he clicks that. There's a way of getting out of this where he doesn't have to fall for whatever she's wanting. And he is going to do that. Second level spell gets burnt, and as she reaches out her hand, he's going to hand goes forwards and up, and then goes to his forehead, and then sort of leans forwards to her. In a very unsubtle way because he's had
drunk.
drinks.
Yeah. Her surface level thoughts, Jonor. She is deliberately trying to make you think that she's trying to seduce you. In fact, her plan is to pull you in and start dancing and give you a kiss.
Okay,
She wanted to see what you'd do. She was really like, you know that there was mischief here. She was getting ready to do a whole thing about, oh my god, trying to sleep with a woman soon to be married. She was really gearing up to quite loudly shame you a bit in front of the others as a bit of fun. She sees you cast this spell. Did you want to try and push further? See if you get any deeper thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going.
She needs to make a wisdom saving throw, correct?
That's right. Yep. It'll be a 15.
Righty, let's do this. stats. Bear with me, sorry. I closed them off because I foolishly thought we were done rolling con saves for her. Let's roll a wisdom save. Okay. What was the DC?
15.
Jonor, you get nothing. You feel no deeper thoughts, instead a barrier against your mind. I got to roll without advantage because obviously Tabs had spent advantage with her NPC. I rolled a 6 for the first one, but 17 for the second. So I have used the advantage.
Fair
Don't
enough.
worry. She passes passes with the advantage. She smiles, seeing you cast this spell. You get the distinct impression, Jonor, as you hear her thoughts. She knows what you're doing, and she smiles and then cocks her head and goes, "Game's up, right? You know what I was planning."
I do now. And look, you gotta keep your cards close to yourself in this land. I wouldn't mind it, but I'll get it other ways.
I think a dance is a fair trade for knowledge. Where to find such an item that would benefit an ambitious wizard such as yourself? Surely.
You've gotten through me once. All right, we can have a dance. Sure, you've won this one.
Lovely. She holds out her hand. As the two of
I
you
take
begin.
it.
The two of you begin moving around dancing. You watch as the 5 ladies that accompany her, each of them pulls out an instrument and begins playing. 2 of them violins. What was that? Sorry, there. What was that?
Show off.
Ah, yeah. Only because I don't vomit through the panpipes. Is that what makes them a show off? 2 of them pull out violins. 1 of them pulls out a small drum with a tambourine. From underneath their very heavy layer dresses, which hide things very, 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 very well. Could have hidden weapons, but in this case was hiding instruments. And they begin playing a merry jig. Luther stands up, swaying a little bit to the music, looks at Killian and goes, "Killian, may I have this dance?" Oh no, you're gone. Sorry, you've wandered off to yell at your statue. Sorry. In that case, then Killian Luther looks around, looks at the ladies, shakes his head, looks at Styx, shrugs and goes, "Styx, can you dance? Can you dance, Styx?" "I do not know." "Do you want to? But you can move, right?" "Of course." Would you like to dance with me?" "All right." I feel like I'm going to regret this. Don't step on me, please. Luther goes and holds Styx's hands. As he gets really close to Styx's face and sees the teeth up close, he goes to take 1 step and goes, nope. Backs away and then goes, "That's too close. No. Thank you, Styx." Styx goes, that was fun." And then does, as I'm going to say for the purposes of hilarity, does Killian, as Josh was doing then, does Josh's the robot dance. He watches Killian does indeed, so Styx does the robot. Why not? Tithla, as you head inside, I'm guessing it sounds like you kind of crept away before the end of the Burgomaster's Cup and crept inside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. As you head on inside, you can see Stefania is indeed the wood burning stove. Very reminiscent of the stove that did you some harm, actually. This large cast iron stove in the corner of the kitchen. As Stefania pulls out a tray of what looks like, quite nice looking cookies and places them on the counter.
Just a little flinch.
Stefania places them on the counter, closes the oven up, and then extinguishes the flames with a tamper, cutting off the oxygen. Dusts off her hands, turns around and goes,
I'm sorry, Owen, I gotta cut you off there before you get into this. No one what?
What?
It cuts off the fire with a what? No one knows words like this. What?
What do you mean?
Tamponade?
To push down and put out the flames, like a giant. It's like imagine like a. It's okay. So you know how with coffee,
we clearly know that you know what it is. His concern is that you do know what it is, not that you're correct.
So you know
I'm
you know
not
like
doubting you.
you know like you use a tamp to put down your coffee, right? You Melbourne snob. You know how? Imagine like a big one of those to help put out a fire that's underneath a wood burning stove. It's essentially like built in. You can like lower it down to cut off the oxygen to the flame and put it out.
Nobody else knows that exists. I respect the fact that you do.
Doesn't sound like it though, does it? It sounds like I'm being called out on it.
You're definitely being called out on it, but it is also impressive. Things can be two things.
I want to make sure you guys know the science of the world that you live in. It's got to be realistic.
None of us know what it is.
But you do
Using
now.
The correct words for us doesn't help.
That's why I described it as well. That's why I described it at the same time. It's like she pulls down the tap, which puts out the fire. Large metal grate drops over and extinguishes the fire.
You could have learned. You chose not to.
You chose not to.
I'm a bad learner.
Tithla, as Stefania turns around, dusting off her hands, dusting the flour off her hands, she smiles and goes, I made some cookies. Tithla. Oh, no, sorry. Just wait a little bit. They're still very hot. They're just fresh out of the oven.
Yeah. No. Okay. Cool. Thanks.
But have as many as you want.
What kind of cookies did you make?
Oh, so this is my mum's recipe. So there's this thing we can get sometimes when Aunt Lara's been out to Vallaki. It's like this dark sweet called cocoa.
Ah, I know that one. We call it chocolate.
Chocolate.
It's a little bit different. You put some milk in it, and then it becomes a bar.
Oh, so this one,
Yeah.
it's like a solid block, and I sort of shatter it a bit, and then mix those bits through the cookie dough. So it's got like little chunks of this cocoa in it.
I look forward to trying it for you.
Yeah,
Here,
it's so nice.
Yeah. Here, let me come and help you with that. And Tithla wanders over, grab up some of the dishes to start doing some of them.
Oh, thanks, Tithla. I really appreciate that. It's my least favorite part, doing the dishes. And to be perfectly honest, it probably should be Adrian or Elvia doing this, given that I actually cooked these. Brothers, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. Everyone's had a tough day, I think. So.
Yeah, Elvia I don't blame too much, but Adrian, he just got to hang out at the Abbey and then like come back with Killian. He and Killian seem to have like a mentorship kind of thing going. Like he and Killian like did like a wander around, like keeping guard when they were last here.
Do you think they're keeping secrets?
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that. I just think Adrian really looks up to Killian.
What are they telling us?
Well, I mean, if we asked him, I think they'd probably tell us. I think Adrian just looks up to Killian, and I was gonna say like, Killian seems pretty cool, but now I'm worried. Can we not trust Killian?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we can't trust anyone. Maybe we can't trust me. Can I not be trusted?
I trust you, Tithla.
Ah. Okay, thank you.
She smiles and hands you a drying rag, and then reaches down to the bucket and begins scrubbing away at the pots and pans. You're not outside with your friends, is that? I mean, I appreciate the help. Don't get me wrong, but you didn't want to.
Nah, they're. I'm just keeping an eye on everyone, making sure everyone's okay.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. I'm kind of doing the same a bit with my family. Elvia seems pretty quiet after what happened, and Dad seems pretty shaken up too. So I thought maybe some cookies might cheer them up. I haven't really tried Mum's recipe since. Yeah, but it's a comfort for us. Whenever we were upset or feeling down, Mum would make these for us, and I thought maybe I could do that now. I know Mum's not here to do it, but I think she'd be really proud of me doing it for the family.
I'm sure
and
she
Lara's
would
a
be.
shit baker. She smiles.
Well, that doesn't help the situation much at all. Was your mum a good baker?
Yeah, my mum was the best. We used to every Sunday morning we'd all have a bit of a sleep in, but like Mum always joked that she was more of an owl than a raven, and so she'd be up like pretty early in the morning, and she'd make us crepes. It was really lovely, like breakfast crepes.
That's pretty cool.
Big pile if we wanted eggs on them, like a savory crepe. I used to quite like lemon and sugar. I know that sounds really boring, but it's actually really nice. You just like squeeze a bit of lemon, put a bit of sugar. It's so nice. She was the best.
Sometimes worried if my mum ever wanted me. I know she looked after me.
Stefania,
and she would have never got rid of me.
Puts down the plate, turns towards you, looks you in the eyes. Tithla, I don't know your mum, But I know that she wanted you. I can see how much she loved you and how much you love other people. She raised you, right? She brought you up.
Okay.
Every moment you spend loving life, loving yourself, loving people around you, that's her love as well. We carry that with us, even when we're not with them. I don't want you to think that way, okay? That's not right. I know your mum loves you. How could she not? You're so lovable.
But what if I'm not? What if I don't? What if there are problems with people and how it's going? And what if I don't trust them? Does that make me then bad?
No, not at all. But it's probably worth talking. My mum always said that if I ever had a problem with someone, the best thing I could do was talk about it.
But what if I'm right, though?
Then you'll know, right? If you talk to them about it, even if they're trying not to share that something's wrong, you know your friends. You'll pick up if something's not right.
I've never been good at that. I've never been good at picking up if someone was saying something that they weren't saying.
Do you know anyone who is?
I don't know. I don't really think about it.
Maybe that's the first step. Maybe pick one person who you know really, really well. Someone who it'd be very hard for them to trick you or to deceive you, just because you know them so well, right? Pick one person. Talk to them.
Like if they knew a song that we used to sing together?
Yeah, sure.
Back in the before times?
Yeah, that makes sense. Start with one person.
Okay, we'll try. But unless everyone's in on it and they're all trying to trap me, what if they're trying to get my secrets?
Do you have secrets?
No, I don't even know what the secrets are.
But if they're secret from you, then how could they get them?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Hey.
You know what?
Tithla?
Yeah?
You look like you need a hug. Can I give you a hug? And a cookie.
Yes. But, okay. And Tithla, you know the stepbrothers hug?
Oh, yeah. The very uncomfortable, like
the
very
uncomfortable one where they're trying to hug and they don't quite know how to. And that's Tithla. I'm sure Stefania is just the warmest of
grabs you in a big warm hug. Yeah, big sister hug. This is
like T-Rex arms. And
yeah. No, this is 100% big sister energy as Stefania wraps you up into a very, very warm hug. And then as she lets go, she reaches up, plucks a cookie off the table behind you, and then pretends like she pulled it out behind you and goes, "Oh, I found this while I was giving you a hug. Here you go."
Tithla immediately scratches behind her ear to find out.
There's no more cookies there, but there might be later.
Okay. Thank you. And Tithla does the quick grab and pull back.
Stefania seems to take it in her stride. She reaches up, grabs a cookie for herself, takes a bite, and then just closes her eyes as she savors it.
Tithla holds it up and says, "Cheers."
Stefania opens her eyes, goes, "Oh, sorry, I took a bite already. Can we still cheers? Should I grab another cookie?"
"No, just cheers."
"Okay, cheers."
Taps cookies, and then Tithla takes a bite.
Tithla has huge raccoon energy.
Yeah, she does have huge raccoon energy. Tithla, the cookie is sweet and warm. The outside crust has just developed. It's crunchy. And then the inside is still soft and pillowy as you bite in. Tastes a lot like the cookies your mum used to make you back home. It tastes really good.
All right, I'm going to write good cookies.
Good cookies.
Underline.
Did you have any of the dream pastry, Tithla?
No.
Cool. It doesn't taste like that.
Wait, which was the dream pastries? The
pies.
Child pies?
Yeah.
No,
The soylent greens.
I just thought I'd show you
saving
then
it
for a
to
moment.
share it with her friends because she wanted them to have it because they seemed like they liked it so much. That was why Theo had 5 pieces.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
had no idea as much as Gruner was smashing.
Yeah, Gruner was really enjoying those.
Basically, dream pastries for the solid first dirty adventure.
Yeah. No, Tithla, these cookies taste a lot like home. It's not exactly the same flavor as your mum's cookies, but these are mum's cookies. Like this is a mum's cookie recipe. These are
a mother's cookies.
Oh yeah, all grandmothers. Like this is like grandmother's recipe, but mum has really like perfected this. These are good cookies.
Yeah, grandma doesn't use enough butter.
No, grandma's stingy on the butter.
And they use a little bit of margarine in there.
Yeah, grandma doesn't want to use all the butter, but mum's still working. She's got the disposable income for that butter. In this economy.
So this is working mum cookies. That's even better.
Even better. This is like working boss mum cookies.
This is top shelf chocolate.
Grandma's recipe, but mum's actually followed it. She's not stinging you out of the sugar and the butter.
That's it. Yeah, mum's got a digital recipe, not the old handwritten one that's covered in just shit.
Mum's updated it.
Yeah.
This is such a sidetrack.
It has measurements on mum's.
Like actual, like a metric, not just like, put in some flour.
Not just some flour.
Yeah.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. That's it. These are good cookies, Tithla.
Mm-hmm. All right, and with that, I think Tithla settles in and still would have her back to the wall, but near the fire, but is maybe able to have some chit-chat whilst keeping an eye on everyone and those outside that are doing shenanigans.
Stefania asks a lot of questions. Questions about your favorite things growing up, your favorite foods, your favorite games, your favorite clothes. She wants to know all about where you got your really, really pretty yellow, what would we call that? I guess it's kind of like a vest.
I think when it comes to that question, Tithla has that click. Why are you asking? No, I shouldn't tell you.
Oh, sorry. I just thought it was really pretty, and I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but like, there's not a lot of bright colors here in Barovia, and I don't know. Do you think yellow would work with my hair? I know it's like,
I shouldn't have told you all these things.
Oh, sorry. Should I tell you some things?
It's not that it's unfair. I'm just sometimes secrets should be secrets, and sometimes
these
we
secrets?
can't. Well, not anymore.
But I can keep it secret.
I don't know. I can't take them back.
I can keep it secret with you.
I'm sorry, but that's something that people who want to find out secrets say. I'm sorry.
Well, I won't ask any more. I didn't mean to pry. I'm happy to know what I know now, and I can just forget what you told me earlier. Would that be better?
I don't know. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
It's okay. It's all good. I know you've been through a lot.
It's just, I don't know who to trust anymore. Have you ever had someone just shake your trust to the core? So that you feel like everyone around you is maybe someone who they're not saying they are?
No,
maybe
I haven't had that
hypothetically
happen,
one
Tithla.
person is an agent of evil.
I haven't had that happen, Tithla. I can't. I mean, I can imagine what that might be like, but I've not had that. My family's always kind of been there with us, and the dangers we've faced have always been obvious and outside the family. Like the things we've had to fight, the things we've gone up against, they've always been there out in the open. But I can imagine how tough it'd be not knowing who to trust and not knowing. I mean, I guess in a way we kind of do have that, right? Like anyone who's not a Mardukov, we don't trust at all.
Well,
But
you
I've
trusted us.
Well,
How did you trust us?
yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know. Lara trusted you because of what you told her about the Abbey, but I kind of trusted you guys before that. I don't know. What did I trust? Maybe because you weren't from here. Maybe because you made me laugh. I don't know. That seems silly, doesn't it? But I think it was that. Like, the fact that you could kind of joke around and we could have some fun. I think that's what made me trust you.
Well, see, you say that and I have two thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
One, maybe as long as you laugh and you have fun, maybe that's all that matters. But two, if we all wind up dead because of the possibility for just a giggle, is it worth it? I don't know.
I can't help but have it sounds like you think one of your friends might be, I don't know, working for, is that what you're worried about? That one of them's been corrupted by this place?
Maybe.
Because I'm not going to lie, this place does. The darkness
So
here...
I was right. I knew I was right.
Well, what I was going to say is that the darkness does. It does get to you. But the way it gets to you is by keeping you isolated from your friends and your family. By taking away the people around you. The best way the Mardikovs have found to fight this corruption is to stick together as a group. And there have been times where one or two of us has started to drift, started to go down the wrong path. Dad, he never talks about his brother, but his brother, he started to lose his way too. And it's only when the family all banded back together that they were able to convince him, to get him back on track.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing, right? This place corrupts, but I mean, you guys have proven that it's not necessarily forever. That we can reverse it. We can bring people back.
Okay. So you agree one of them has betrayed us?
I haven't seen any evidence of that. So I wouldn't say... I don't know. I can ask Lara. She'd know more. Do you want to talk to Lara?
Why would Lara know more?
She's been keeping a pretty close eye on you guys for a while now.
Okay. Let's ask Lara then.
Yeah, let's ask Lara. She'll be down below. So do you want to... Down where we were
After
before?
you.
Yeah, of course. I'll lead on. And with that, Stefania heads off. Theo, as you rejoin the rest of the group, having had a bit of a vomit and feeling a bit better, Sen taking care of you, making sure you don't choke on your hair or or the wine that's coming back up again, getting you a glass of water. As you head back out, you can see Jonor and oh my god, I've completely blanked on her name in a brief moment. Jonor and Katarina having a lovely little dance. Killian wanders back up from behind the vines, covered in scraps of plants, sort of pushing away leaves and dusting off himself. And Luther is currently leaning and looking at the five ladies, who slowly bring the song to a close.
Lovely performance, ladies. If you want some tips on playing your instruments, I'm happy to give some in the morning, but I fear I am probably due for bed now. I think that Burgomaster's cup has gotten the better of me.
Never thought I'd see the day where Theo heads to bed before Jonor.
Well, you did not have to scull a barrel of wine.
You didn't have to pick up the wrong card, but that's what you did.
I'm beginning to suspect you used your fortune telling to rinse that whole situation.
That would be quite a twist of fate, wouldn't it?
I did not like the way you said that.
Just joking. I didn't do that to you.
It was as if it was luck of the dice.
As Killian slowly begins to lean and list to the side.
I see you got the better of you too, Killian.
It did. I tell you what, I really, really hope that the party or the dinner at Castle Ravenloft is just this fun.
I'm sure it will be. I mean, the host is known for his legendary hospitality.
You watch as one, all five of the ladies nod at the exact same time.
Some weird synchronization going on with you five.
I telepathically to Killian, did I forget to be sarcastic there, or did they just nod when I implied Strahd had good hospitality?
Nope, they definitely reacted to that.
Does are they vampires?
Obviously all in the head. Definitely undead. My suspicion would be vampires. The only other undead I've come across have not been this intelligent.
Why did no one warn me?
I thought we did.
No, I was sat there drinking. I tried to give them a fun bachelorette party.
You have this
I told
vague
them-
memory, Theo, of Jonor saying something, but you just filtered it out.
Oh,
He was getting in the way of a revel.
Every party has a pooper.
Yes, that's right. That's why they invited Jonor.
Well, then he came back out, so he ended up not being a pooper.
Managed to redeem himself. As Katerina slowly draws to a close, letting go of your hands, Jonor, stepping back, giving you a smile. Thank you for a wonderful dance, Jonor. I'll be seeing you, well, from the sounds of it, pretty soon. The item.
Oh, you okay?
I'll make sure I'll make sure you get it. When you do go for dinner, if you were to excuse yourself for the bathrooms, head out the west corridor and up to the second floor. You'll find what you're looking for there.
Absolutely. To the west corridors. No worry. Bathroom corridors west. You have to write this one down.
Someone write that down.
I'm sure I'll be able to check this later if I need to.
Put it down, buddy.
You better write it down, Tom.
Yep.
You watch as Katerina nods and goes, Ladies, the night is still young, and yet our lovely companions here have, I think we might have used up all their energies for tonight. We shall carry on our drinking and our revelry. Come, to the carriage. Come. She claps her hand. You watch as at once all 5 of the veiled ladies stand, and then in single file turn and walk down the hill. Katerina reaches into her layered clothes, pulls out a very large, hefty purse, walks over towards Davian, who's sort of standing there with a tea towel, cleaning one of the glasses. As he looks up, she reaches out, places the tea towel down, and goes, Thank you, Davian, for your hospitality, for your wine, for the entertainment of your guests, and I think 3 barrels of the Tempranillo for the festivities, please.
Is that like a Tempanat or
Tempranillo, type of wine variety, a bit milder than a Shiraz, similar to a Merlot. Slightly less strong tannin flavors. You get a bit more of the fruity flavors. Yeah, that's right. I'm a fucking snob. Let's go. I'm a prick. I know.
As, you know lots about wine.
Sure. As Davian nods and yes. Barrels Tempranillo. Yes. Thank you. So he looks inside the pouch and sees quite a bit of gold in there. Eyes going wide. Tucks it away, nods, smiles, and goes, please feel free to come back any time. Thank you, Davian. We would love to. Maybe my husband-to-be and I could come back. Just for a date, the 2 of us. Davian slowly nods, in his head regretting what he's just offered.
Just invited the vampires into his house? Yeah,
And then
good work.
looks down at the big pile of coins. Not really sure what to do. Tucks it away. As Katerina very gracefully glides back over. Gives you a peck on the cheek, Jonor. Gives a head nod to Luther. Luther bows before her. Does a full head tilt, and then looks up and smiles and gives her a wink. She gives him a wink back. As she turns towards Killian and Theo, you've still got Sen sort of clutched around your arm. As she goes to sort of move up to give you a peck on the cheek, you hear the faintest of growls coming from the neck, coming from behind you. You watch as Katerina pauses, gives Sen a very calculated look, and then a very gracious nod before smiling and reaching out a hand to shake yours, Theo.
Yeah. Shake her hand back. pleasant evening with you, madam. I hope you had a wonderful bachelorette party, and I hope your upcoming nuptials go swimmingly.
I did.
Do not listen to what Jonor's prediction says. He's often wrong.
I had a wonderful evening, thank you. Yes, I'm sure it will be a marvelous day. Killian gives you a little peck on the cheek, and then makes her way. She glides away. You hear next to you, Sen goes, "She smells wrong. She smells wrong. She smells like cold, and I don't trust her."
At this point, I'm inclined to trust your judgment because I spent the last half an hour in the ditch, so I think I'll trust you on this one.
I'm just gonna follow them for a bit, see what they get up to. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. I've got a suspicion, and I just want to make sure they're not gonna do anything. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep an eye on them. All right? I'll check back with you guys very soon.
Just be careful. I do not want you getting hurt.
Hey, no one's gonna spot me. I'm a master of stealth. I'm gonna roll quickly. She backs away into the vines. That's a natural 1. You watch Sen, who is a bit drunk. Fuck. You watch as Sen, who is a bit drunk, steps back into the vines, slips on a little patch of your vomit from your performance, and then tumbles down the hill and disappears into the vineyard behind you.
I'd probably try to laugh. Seeing her stuff that up that badly and clearly being in no shape for espionage. You did a scene for this into Ralph just tumbles down the hill just straight after her.
Nice. And I think that is where we'll wrap up for tonight. And I think we might have our episode title too. A Tumble in the Vines is a great episode for tonight.
No.
Oh, okay. It's not. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody.
People have gone to go. And
it does sound a bit like that, doesn't it? Actually, in hindsight, yeah, maybe I'll workshop it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It has been wonderful having you here once again. We will be back next Monday. Unfortunately, no more sessions live this week. I'm away as of tomorrow, so unfortunately, no more sessions. But there will be lots of videos that are very, very fun coming out on YouTube to help keep you entertained in our absence. The rest of the Disco Elysium playthrough, as well as some of the Wandering Village as well, to help keep you guys entertained while I'm away. From all of us here tonight, thank you so much. We're going to go and raid Josh the Pirate, as we often do on a Monday. They are playing Humblewood in their brand new campaign. For everybody else, for those of you watching on Twitch, for those of you watching on YouTube and listening on the podcast, make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. And we will see you all again very, very shortly. So until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again very, very soon. Goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.